all who tremble will tell of your worth. Oh, our God, and we will seek Him, our rock of salvation.
Well, it looks like I've got a signal. Well, it looks like I've got a signal. I do, because I can hear myself talking. Well, it looks like I've got a signal. I do, because I can hear myself talking. Okay, this is my greatest song. Okay, so we're going to play a bunch of my favorites, okay? This is my favorite song of all time. I could play this 9 hours straight. Are you guys ready? We're going to have a blast, man. I'm headed home. Yee, will do. Yeah, yeah. Our salvation was born. Mercy and grace. Yeehaw! Heading across Ohio, Colorado, of the earth. Praising fame is great worth. Lord, our God. We seek Him about their salvation. Morning by morning, this evening we come. We will bow down. Creation we cry out. Daylight and darkness. To our Lord is our God. Is our God. Great is our God. Now this is Plum. Her name is Plum. And this is called Great is Our God. Okay? Great Lord. My favorite song of all time. Just so you know. You might not like it, and I totally understand. But you know what? I don't care. Because I'm the one that's driving, and that's keeping me awake. Sing it, baby! You will sing Him! Rock of salvation! Lead by morning! Giving to come! And we will bow down! Nation we cry out! Daylight and darkness! Say to the Lord! And we will thank Him! For salvation! In by morning! I am in Colorado. I'm in Colorado, and your favorite slot car show employees request Plum. I am. This is Plum, baby. To the Lord. God, I love this song. And there's another one later on I'll play called Tears of the Saints. Tears of the Saints. Now the next one is really good too. Is our God. Ladies our God. Ladies our God. God. It's about a 5-minute song. Acknowledge him at the throne of our God. I'm doing 82 miles an hour, and I'm on target, baby. Okay, so let's put a pause on that song. And so let's talk about the pyramids. Now, I know some of you probably don't believe in the flood. I do. I believe that the earth was completely covered in water and that the civilization that lived before the flood was much more advanced than we are today. Okay. Now, they might not have had computers, they might not have had telephones and things like they had different technologies that we only dream that we could have. And by going and seeing those pyramids, there's one thing that stood out to me of seeing those pyramids is I'm always, since I was in the Navy, I'm always looking things in a sense of logistics, in the sense of supply. You have to have supply and demand. You have to be able to supply your troops with equipment and personnel and supplies. You have to have a supply chain, basically. That's what it is. And the U.S. military has probably the best supply chain of any country on earth, just so you know. And let me give you an example. So back during the Cold Wars, the 60s and the 70s, whenever a U.S. ship would pull into a port, the economy of that area, and it depended on what type of ship it would generate anywhere from $1 million to $20 million in revenue, okay, for that community if an American ship would come into that port. Just from the sheer fact of the amount of dollars. Now, if you're a carrier, you've got 20,000 people spending, $1,000 a piece. You've got a ton amount of cash being spent into these communities. Where, on the other hand, a Russian vessel, it would be a barter. All they would do is barter. There would be no real cash infused into that economy. So let's go to the supply side. So when I'm looking at that pyramid that we were at 2 days ago, there's one thing that stood out beyond anything else is the common piece. The same buildings were built. There were several. There were like 4 different structures, and one of the structures that 50 times. So that means there had to be a design, a blueprint. You don't just do this and not have a blueprint. Okay. You don't do this unless you had some documents that showed you, okay, here's how we're going to lay this thing out. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen that way. You just don't go into the Empire State Building and just start building it. Okay. You have to lay the foundation. You have to lay the pylons, everything upon everything. And everything has to be ordered. Okay. Go watch videos when I'm done and tonight. Go watch videos on how the Empire State Building was built in 1 year, too, by the way. It took them 10 years to build the Freedom Tower. That just shows you how screwed up we are. So it took them 1 year to build the Empire State Building. And so what you have to look at is the logistics of building that building. First of all, here's how the architect draws the plans. Then he calculates, okay, how much steel, how much stone, how much concrete, calculation. Okay, so we have 10,000 square feet. We need so much metric tons of concrete. So we need concrete. We need mortar. We need all the facets to make concrete. Okay. So all that had to have been pre-planned. All right. They didn't just build one of those buildings. Okay, let's do another one. No, I'm sorry, they didn't. Now, archaeologists can say, no, Brian, no, you guys are crazy because you have no idea how a city is built. You don't even know how a car is manufactured, half you archaeologists. You just like to look at stones, but you don't want to understand how did that get there. Okay? So if you look at my videos, go look at them, please, all my little shorts. And you see one that I show you, the same thin little bricks, okay? They're very thin, okay? There must have been 50,000 of those. Well, for example, you just don't go pick up 50,000 of those on the side of the road. No, those had to be manufactured. Now, the stones that they put in had to be mortared. So first of all, they had to get all those stones made, or they carved them, or however they did those. They had to order all that stone. Then they had a spackle that would put on top. All that had to be ordered. And the point is, I tell you, the new Wagoneer looks uglier than a duck. Look at this Wagoneer. This thing is uglier than a duck. Let me show you this new Wagoneer. This thing doesn't. Oh my gosh! Well, that was cool. Woo. That Wagoneer is uglier than a duck. I almost had an act. You better watch yourself, Brian. Holy cow. Okay? And so all these stones that it took to build this, just one building, and then they had 20 of those same buildings. Okay? It wasn't built by an uneducated population, is what I'm getting at. The people had to be, number one, fluent in, yeah, they had to be fluent in mathematics. They had to be fluent in construction, engineering. Okay, I'm back on. I just want to make sure I'm on. So I'm looking at my other camera too. So what it tells me is that there was a highly advanced civilization before the flood. Now it does say in the scriptures that man was evil. Now, I mean, man is very educated nowadays, but man, I'll tell you, man is evil right now. So you can still have an evil heart, but still be able to build a building, just so you know. Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right, I'm live. Okay, good. All right, so let's go into song number 2 of my playlist. Now, this is John the Revelator, and this is another song that I really love a lot, and I play this a lot. It's called John the Revelator, and if you don't know who John is, he was one of the apostles. He wrote the book of John, and also he wrote the book of Revelation. And we're doing really good in the way of time. Well back. We hear you some. Okay, so ready? Let's get second song going. This is John the Revelator. I love this song. John the Revelator. The dream. Walk alone. Stuff stands some need unknown. with so dear tone cold. Cat and a good man collapsed. I am the first, I am the last. Now rise, my son. It just gives me chills, actually. Oh, 1,000 kings and creature worshiping. Every fear's on one thing, not man. The lion like a lamb, and there's flame that holds the plain. We war and peace with man, man right on earth. Holy, holy is the one who was and is to come. No rover said and run. In the sky, the war horse he draws nigh. That's what's going to happen. You know, I'll tell you, return again. It's going to happen. I know people might not think it's going to happen, but I'm telling you right now, he's gonna break that sky, and he's gonna be riding a horse along with 10,000 angels, and it's gonna happen, baby. You might not believe it, and I can't really convince you, but it's gonna happen, and everybody's gonna be completely shocked. Holy, holy is the one who was and is to come. In the rain and sweat and stone, as gold, like lightning in the sky. On the Lord, He knows now. And came one who crucified, to come again. He's coming again, guys. You know, I don't know how to tell you, but he's coming again. And he's going to be coming right through that cloud. And there's nothing man can do about it. Now, the other song I want to tell you. All right, so now this song right here, this next song is on my playlist. It's by Toby Mac, and it's called City City on my on our knees, City on Our Knees. And the reason this song has a lot of sentiment to me is that this song came out, and I can tell you exactly when I was hearing this. I was driving back from Cincinnati. It was probably about I think maybe um, uh, It had to be in the morning. We were driving back from Cincinnati after the death of my daughter from the swine flu back in 2009. And I remember playing this song in the car when we were driving back, because it's basically talking about I wish the day had never ended. In a sense, I wish that day had never. I wish that day had never. I wish that day had never ended. Anyway, this is called Toby Mac, Sitting on My Knees. Why not here? You gotta start someplace, why not now? If you gotta start somewhere, I say here. If you gotta start somewhere, I say now. In the door to the dirt with the distance. In the gate to the third world missions. In the bed to the earth and the dashing waves. Tonight's the night for the sinners and the saints. It's the night. This is what's the night. Alabama. City with one thing. A city on our knees. A city on our knees. Oh, oh, oh. If you gotta start somewhere, why not here? If you gotta start somewhere, why not now? If you gotta start sometime, I say here. If you gotta start sometimes, I say now. To the doors, to the north, to the distance. To the beat of the third world missions. To the doors to the earth like a vanishing wave. Tonight's the night for the sinners and the saints. Light. See my, I don't know if you, I don't know if you, I don't know if any of you have ever had your child die. But it's one thing you never get over. 1 minute I won't even think about her, like for months. And just because I'm driving and I'm listening to this music, all of a sudden I'm thinking about Kimberly. Because that's exactly what he's saying here. He says that two worlds are colliding. She automatically went from this earth to the new earth. Two worlds collided. Reality and this world just collided, just impacted like a nuclear bomb. And she went from this world to the other world like that. We don't get it sometimes. We don't get it. We cross the line. The sea. We sailed across that sea. King, a city with one king. City on our knees. City on our knees. Did not see tonight couldn't last forever. I could not let that night be gone. I could have lasted there all night long, but it didn't happen. She never woke up. She never woke up. She never woke up. My night could have not lost. It's the way life is. And then we adopted 4 more: David, Frankie, Mark, and Missy. You know, I'll tell you this little story. I was in church. We were in church singing a song, and I got real emotional. I looked at Mark, and Mark's not my blood son. He's not. He didn't come from my blood. But I looked at him and I said, Mark, I love you as if you were my own son. I said, I could not have been more proud of you. And I hugged him and I cried. I wept on his shoulder. And I think he cried too. I don't know exactly. But it is something special. And everybody has a different way of expressing their faith and um, their walk. I'm sorry for getting so emotional today. I guess listening to these songs is why I'm doing it. All right, so the next song I want to play is a song that was the last song. Okay, so my daughter had she had an Apple computer when she died, and this is the only song. The next one, it's called "Carry On." It's the only song that I was able to recover. The only song that I was able to copy and put onto my playlist of her songs that she used to play a lot. So when I play this song, it's sentimental. It's memory. It's called "Carry On." There's an interlude here that's kind of quiet. She used to like this type of music. Kimberly did.
Cutting like knives and
Good night.
And I found you with a bottle of wine. Like the 4th of
July. It's not necessarily a Christian song. It's just a song that she used to listen to. Stars.
This I know. I never said we are. Though I never been through hell like that. There's enough windows. No, you can never look back.
Down.
If you're lost in
alone,
or you're sinking
like a stone, carry on. There's the sound. The scene is on the ground. Carry on. Carry on, carry on. Then, the 7th of another tonight, on 75. Talking think need it all. The times I've been cheated on. Oh. Thinking like a song, carry on. The sound is on the ground, carry on. That is on fire, like a vine. I is all in your mind. I'm in my phone. Phone. Now. Singing on. Like a stone, hang on. All right, now the next song is one of my favorites, and this is from the movie. This is one of my top 5 military movies. Okay, so my top 5 war movies are as follows: Where Eagles Dare would probably be my favorite. Kelly's Hero is my second. Longest Day is my third. Remont Bridge would probably be my fourth. And my fifth one of World War II movies would probably be The Battle of the Bulge. And you could probably almost put The Guns of Novara as a tie. The Guns of Novara. The Guns of Novara. Anyway, so this is from the movie Kelly's Heroes. Dun, 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 and this is by the Mike Crib. And the bridges in the building of me. Oh. Evermore. And tell me where the job I wanna go. Go. No. On the bridge forevermore. Think of that man. Burning bridges last forevermore. Burning bridges. Now, what's really unique about um, Kelly's Heroes and where Eagles, in the sense that they're not real stories about World War II, but they're great adaptations of World War II. They've got a great storyline. I mean, think about it. You know, this guy finds this German with a brick, and then he finds out that there's a bank behind enemy lines that has $30 million worth of gold. What a great crime story. You know, it's packed full of great actors. And I believe there's only two actors in that movie that are still alive, and that is Clint Eastwood and Donald Sutherland. Those are the only two actors, I think, in that movie that are still alive. And in Where Eagles Dare, I think Clint Eastwood's the only one alive that is in that movie. Okay, because he made that in 1970, and I think 71 is when he made Kelly's Heroes. I mean, if you've never seen Kelly's Heroes, it's a classic. And Where Eagles Dare is another classic war movie. You want to just pop some popcorn, just have a fun evening. Where Eagles Dare, Kelly's Heroes, Ramon Bridge, okay, Battle of the Bulge, The Longest Day. What's amazing about The Longest Day? Now, and this is why movies have changed nowadays. Nowadays, they'd have to show all the gore and the guts, you know. And, you know, they want to make it too realistic. But there are two scenes in Where Eagles Dare that is just phenomenal, you know. There's one scene where a German, you know, they ask him to look through the periscope one more time or through its goggles to see if there's you know anything on the ocean. And he looks and he sees, at first he sees nothing, and all of a sudden the fog clears. He sees thousands of ships. And he radios back, says they've got thousands. And the German officer goes, they don't have 1,000 ships. Well, tell them that. And then they start bombarding. And the other fun scene is where they basically did this one shot in one take. It was one scene where they start attacking the German in this one town, and it was one continuous shot. Just amazing, you know, just logistics, pyrotechnics. It was just a great war movie, you know. It's like, for example, when I dream, I never dream that I'm getting cut or I'm getting injured. And now the things that happen in the dream, but dreams are still a dream. They're not, you don't see all the unless other people see gore. I never see gore. I never see my arm getting cut off, or I'm getting shot and blood gushing out of my chest. So those are my top songs. And there's a couple other Plum songs. Let's see. I got a couple other Plum songs. Here's a Plum one. Here's another Plum one that I love. You can tell. We all have a story to tell. Everybody's got a wound to be healed. Leave here. Need to know. and to live that still small voice. La, la, la. Through shadow, feel afraid. You take times you gave. Now the next one's coming up. It's another Plum. I love just about any song Plum sings. It's funny about her. She's got a voice. Need You Now. That's her Need You Now album. Plum. You can find these on Amazon. The boys like this song. David likes this song. Rubber Ducky. David likes this song. Burning the Ships. Here, lay on the shore. Eyes here, take no manure. Got to burn the ships, out the ties, the flare to the night. Say a prayer, turn the tides, explorers and say goodbye. Step into a new day. So let it arrest you. This fear of falling again. And if you need a refuge, I'll be right here. Till the end, oh, it's time to Burn the ships, cut the ties, never flare into the night. Hear prayers, good tides, hear the tear and say goodbye. Take me to a new day. And go after walk away. And the dove and the ships. As you sing, walk through the sorrow, out of the fire, into tomorrow. Through the tears, face the fears, the days, them tears, running through the world again. I hope you breathe again. You can breathe again. Step into a new day. Feelings all so lost away. No. And the dust comes to the new day. You know, I love history. Um, I love um, I love things about history, and sometimes we lose perspective of history. Now, and I know this is just a movie, but it kind of capitalizes, man and his struggle. And it's basically The Alamo by John Wayne. And now this movie, he wanted to make this movie all his life. And so he basically funded this whole movie himself. And it wasn't a very big box office success. But to me, it was a great movie. And in one scene, so Santa Anna had just arrived with all of his forces around the Alamo, like 50,000 troops against, maybe 300 Americans, all inside the Alamo fort. No hope. They had no hope to winning. No hope. They probably knew by the next day they were going to be dead. Okay. Now you can say what you want about God, and you can say you want about this or that, but the fact of the matter is that these guys, they went into this battle. Nobody coerced them. Okay. They wanted to fight this battle. Okay. They wanted to fight for the freedom of Texas. And there was one scene in the movie that John Wayne had in his scene where, you know, it's nighttime, it's the night before the battle, and one guy stands up and he goes, I and it's really touching because it really speaks to, and I don't know if it was true or not. I don't know if he ever said it or not, okay? But I can imagine them having a conversation, okay? We're going to be dead tomorrow night. And he basically said, in other words, and I might not quote it perfectly, but he basically said, listen, I cannot convince you that there is a God, but I believe in my heart that there is a God. I can't convince you anyway, but I believe. And the next day, they went to battle and they all died. Everybody in the Alamo died. Billy Crockett, Dave Bowie, Colonel Travis, everybody died at the Alamo. 1 month later, 1 month later, Santa Ana surrendered to an injured Sam Houston under a tree. 1 month later, that battle gave Sam Houston the time to gather enough forces because they split Santa Ana's army and they defeated him a month later. A month later. It's quite amazing, actually. Take yourself back 230 some years. Gettysburg. Okay, all the Confederate, all the Union, or all the Independence Army are sitting and freezing their butts off in these huts. No food, nothing to cover their feet. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? And George Washington sent out a letter. You know, we're doing this for freedom. We lose these perspectives in times of peace. See, that's why, times of peace isn't always the greatest thing, because what it does is it makes people lazy. I'm not saying I'm a warrior, far from it. I was on submarines, but I served my time. I served on submarines, and that was my military experience. I never carried a gun. I never shot anybody. Okay. But a lot of people do things that, it's like Audie Murphy, the most decorated soldier ever in history, basically gets on a Sherman tank as it's burning. He grabs a machine gun and kills over 400 Germans and stops the advancement. And then the tank blows up. And he has to get out of the Navy, or out of the Army, because of shrapnel in his butt. And they were going to make him an officer. Then he becomes a movie star and stars in over 50 or 60 films, then dies in 1970 in a plane crash at 41 or 42. How ironic is that? He battled post-traumatic syndrome, the combat fatigue. Everybody thinks, he suffered a lot. Well, you know what? You go into battle. You sit on a Sherman tank as it's burning and kill 400 Germans and tell me how you're going to live your life. Mac was the same way. My stepdad, he was shot in the island of Peleliu. You could tell he knew Japanese were coming because you could smell them. He said they smelled badly. They were not the most hygienically person on earth. You could smell them. But he was a pretty nice guy. But I'm sure he had a lot of bad dreams, a lot of bad thoughts of what happened to him in the island of Peleliu. He got shot on the island of Peleliu. Your fathers might have been in the military. Your fathers might have died in the military. Might have died in Pearl Harbor. They might have died in Anzio. They might have died on Omaha Beach as they landed. Now I get kind of soggy and things. These things are important to me. It's basically who I am. And it all focuses back on my store, on my business, how I treat my customers, how I treat you as a customer, how I treat you, how do we interact? You know, I don't like to shaft somebody. I don't like to, hey, you know what, I'm going to take all of his money. That's a great idea. Let's take all of his money. Let's just get Adam. Let's get some more stuff for Adam to buy. That's all he needs. Just let's sell stuff more to Adam. Let's get Ted Baker to buy more stuff. Yeah, yeah. 300 miles to Kansas City. I'm doing 80 miles an hour. 80 divided into 300 is what? Basically 3 hours, about 3.5 hours. As long as I'm doing 80 miles an hour, I can do 80 miles in 1 hour. I can get 20 miles more per hour by doing 80 miles an hour, which is pretty good. Now, some people like to drive 90, but you know, that's an extra 10 miles. Okay, fine. You get 90 miles. All right. Well, I could do 100 and get, 40 miles. I can do 120 and get twice as much. What's the point? There's a certain diminishing return, and that's called fuel. I'm doing 80 miles an hour, but I am getting less fuel mileage if I was doing 55 or 60. But I can really catch across. This Garmin keeps getting me going. It keeps wanting me to go 80. I'm so far down from 80. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, I had a good time in Mexico. I had a good visit with my daughter-in-law, Jessica. We had a good show in Vegas. I'm tired. I got a lot of things to do when I get back. Man, I'm busy. Going to be busy over the next couple of weeks. I don't know what Ryan's gotten done. I haven't had Chick-fil-A. So you guys know, I haven't had Chick-fil-A in 2 weeks. Let's see, what day was the last Sunday? I think the last day of the show, we had Chick-fil-A. Brian, I'm driving. I'm driving. How do you want me to turn on the camera on me to can watch me on the live stream? Brian, I'm driving. How? I don't understand what he is saying. Adam says the weirdest things. Remember the Alamo. That's right. Brian, I'm driving. Now, do you want me to turn on a camera on me so we can watch me on the live stream? How am I going to put a camera on you, Adam? It's not always about you, Adam. I'm amazed. What I really, there's a lot of things amazed, but I'm always amazed about these interstate. So this is Interstate 70. Now there's 9 of these that go across the America, east and west. You got Interstate 5, but doesn't go all the way across. You got 10. You got 40. You got 70. You got 80 and 90. They go from east to west. This one that I'm on is 5. I mean, from Colorado to, or from um, Denver and Kansas is 5 miles of 4-lane highway they had to lay. 1960s. They did it in less than 10 years. Amazing. It just goes on. And it goes on and on. It's amazing. All right, do you guys want to hear any more songs? Or are we done with songs right now? That's calling the cat Harry. Yeah, it is, Adam. I know, that's so funny, isn't it? Ah, hello, guys. Hello there, Patriot Hobbies. Exit 53 in Kansas. I think I'm in Kansas now. Ah, you got Kansas and Kansas, Missouri. You have 2 Kansases. It's in 2 states. How confusing is that? You think they'd just put it in 1 state, move the state lines, put Kansas in Kansas, and be done with it. Not much traffic, very little traffic. Outlet stores. Okay. Yeah, we stayed at a really nice sleep in Mexico City. Boy, $50 a night. Mexico City. It's like a 20-story building. Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. 2 Kansas cities. That was the jump-off point. You would go to Missouri, and then you'd go to St. Louis back in the 1800s. If you wanted to strike it rich and get your own land, you would, and then they would have these giant wagon train that would go from Kansas City out west because they wanted to get to California. And all these guys wanted to create all these towns in between because you wanted to supply them as they came across America. You wanted to be on that trail. That's what's so funny. Let's see now what Adam's doing. So I should be back for race night on Thursday. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be designing the 4-lane Carrera track. All these windmills. You know what's really sad about all these windmills is they're just so inefficient. It is the amount of power that they're putting into the system is so insignificant. It is really sad. JT lives in the Kansas City area. Look at all these, and their windmills. Now they're finding out they're killing birds. They're, just the pollution from them, making them. What is going to happen in 50 years? I guarantee you that when I'm dead and gone, that all these windmills will be gone in 50 years. They'll be laying on the ground. They won't know what to do with them. There won't be any money to fix them. It's just a waste of money. Waste of money. Waste of money. Waste of money. What do you do? You can't tell anybody. It's their religion. Global warming and this climate change, it's a religion for these people. They believe it. You can't even. And you know what's funny about this is that somebody was talking about this which I knew about it because that's why I knew this was all a joke. Because back in the 1970s, Leonard Nimoy had a video out back in 1975 or 78, basically explained within 5 years the Earth is going to be frozen because of global freezing, because of the ice age. Matter of fact, Paul Newman made this science fiction. I can't think of the name. It starts with Onopolis or something. He was in a science fiction where the Earth had been frozen because everybody thought we were going to freeze in the 70s. Everybody. Go look at Time magazine from the 1971. Ice age coming. We were in an ice age. So that's why all this is there's not a thing man can do to change on this planet, number one. Number two, there's an object that's right above me. Okay, it's kind of right there, and it's the largest known object that is within our solar system. It's called the sun. That is what powers and gives heat to this planet. And if it decided to cool down, there's not a thing we can do about it. Just so you know. But you can't speak that to people because this is their religion. They want to spend all this money on all these rare earth minerals to build all these electric cars. All right, where are we going to get the electricity from? I always go back to that. It's just so stupid. You know, it's stupid. And I get sick of it. I'm going to play me a song. This is another one of my favorites. Tears of the Saints. Tears of the Saints by Leland. Another one of my favorites. Sit back and listen.
On our city streets they run, searching for shelter. There are homes broken down, fallen to the ground from failure. This is an emergency. There are tears from the saints for the lost and unsaved. We're crying for them, come back. We're crying for them, come back. All your children will stretch out their hands and pick up the crippled man. Father, we will lead them home. Father, we will lead them home. Even the churches have forsaken love and mercy. May we see this generation in its state of desperation for your glory. This is an emergency. There are tears from the saints for the lost and unsaved. We're crying for them, come back home. We're crying for them, come back home. Are you children will stretch out their hands and pick up the crippled man? Father, we will lead them home. Father, we will lead them home. Reach out your hands, children.
On Sunday, I'm going to be. My pastor Mike had some medical issues, and so I'll be preaching on Sunday. And the title of my sermon is going to be called "What Men Are We?" And I was. Anyways, that's about all I'm going to say about it. What men are we? What men are we? Alexis, American Pie.
American Pie by Don McLean.
You better believe it. Here we go, guys. You ready? Okay.
I can still
Remember we saw.
And I knew if I had a chance that I could make those people dance and be happy for a while.
As I was setting up my slot car track, I was getting my buildings built. I turned my steering wheel on, and my little Thunder Jet was driving around the track. 1971. And I'd be listening to Don McLean as I was driving my car, building my girder and panel buildings I was 11 years old. I was in Nirvana. Okay? The music died, and I'm 63 years old later. Same guy.
So
Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
did you write
The circle of love when you were drinking God above. He loves you so. Believe in nothing wrong. Save our mortal soul. You pick me against you slow. So if you ran on with him and I saw you dancing with the gym, you both kicked off your shoes. In those rhythmic blues, you little teenage rock and rock, incarnation and a pickup truck, and it was another day. The music died. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee if the levee was dry. And the old boys and drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. Years living on our own, us balls and a rolling stone. And it used to be. Getting my little cars ready to race. James Dean, 1971. To me, I'd run down to the hobby shop and get me another car for $7. I'd be smelling that engine. The lux. Yes, in the dark. And it's in the dark today. The music died. My Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys and drinking whiskey and rye. And it just will be the day that I died. There you go. Everybody's got their dream. Everybody's got their first time. It's like, everybody knows. Yes. Yes.
sweet perfume while the sergeant played a marching tune? We all got up
Up to chance.
but we never got the chance. Cause the players tried to take
The field.
the marching
Man, when you leave, remember the day, the music died. Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys and drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. No trace. Generation lost in space. Remember Jack be quick. Jack drives on the moon stick. Angels out in hell. With my Satan's spell. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys and drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die." I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for something to introduce. She just smiled. I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. And poets dreamed, word is aching, broken. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Train for the coast. The music. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Now I'm going to pontificate a little bit. You guys love when I pontificate. But that year, 1970, probably to 1973, was probably the funnest time of my life. And I think I've told you this story before. I was living next to Franklin Park Mall as it was being built. So as a 10-year-old child, I'm seeing the largest mall in Toledo area being built. It was phenomenal. I had so much fun in that area. I had fun in school. I was kind of a goofy kid in elementary. But I remember one time I got the teacher upset, and he was going to spank me. And he goes, I did something in class, says, Brian, go outside in the class or outside room. I said, I'll just do that. I said that. I said, I'll just do that. And so I walked out in the hall, and he came out and he paddled me. His name was Mr. Thompson. I'll never forget him. I needed a person like that to correct me. I could have gone off wild, but I had some good teachers that kind of disciplined me. But you know, I never wanted to be pushed around. I remember that. You know, guys would try to want to get in fights with me, and I would do it. I'd say, okay, fine. If you want to get in a fight, fine. But you know what? It's not going to be easy for you. You're going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. Do you want to do this? A lot of times if you back down, then they even come after you. I never backed down ever. I remember a fight. It's the only negative. My only negative, and I don't really call it a negative because I got into a lot of fights with a lot of white kids, but I got into one fight with a black kid. Okay, only one fight ever, and we had a tussle. I got bloodied and he got bloodied. And then we went away, and I can't remember if we were friends. I think we were. But I had a lot of fun growing up there. A lot of fun memories. They're just memories though now. Oh. 273 miles until Kansas City. What time is it in Kansas? It's probably 5 o'clock in Kansas. 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably should call my sister Becky. Okay, Google, call Becky. This will be an interesting conversation. Yeah, Becky Corbin. Yes, call her. Hello, is Becky Corbin there? Hello? Hello? Well, what the heck happened? Unbelievable. See, I have another phone, and nobody ever knows that it's me.
Hello?
Don't you know that this is me? Hello?
Hello?
Is this Becky?
Yeah?
This is Brian, your brother. Don't ever hang up on me again.
I didn't know it. Is this a new number?
Yes, I told you the last time when I was coming through 3 weeks ago that this is my other phone number.
Wow. Wow.
Well, Dora made me a really nice breakfast this morning, scrambled eggs and bacon and hash browns, and I just want to know if you wanted to outdo her tomorrow morning.
No, I don't. I have those on Wednesdays.
Oh,
Dora is retired. I'm not.
well, that's not my problem. That's your problem. And don't screen to my live broadcast because they're listening to you on my live broadcast.
Wow. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to him. He called like at the last minute. Next time we're not going to be here. I'm just not going to answer. So is this your new number then?
No, it's another number. It's my other number.
Oh, okay. So Brian number 2.
Yeah, Brian, very good. Put it as my other number, official
Okay,
number.
other
And
number.
don't ever hang up on me when I call. Okay?
Okay, fine, whatever.
Well, no, it's not whatever. It's no. Don't.
Okay. Are you, hey, Brian?
Yeah?
Are you coming through? I mean, are you on your way or something? Lance had treatment today.
Oh, he
I
did?
came home to make dinner because he's really hungry.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to get dinner ready before he comes. What are you doing?
Well, I'm about 200 miles from Kansas City.
Okay.
So it'd be like 8 or 9ish till I get there.
Okay.
Do you
I
want?
have to work again tomorrow.
No,
so
I understand.
I work on Wednesday.
Listen, you don't have to do anything for me. I just
No,
want to know.
I know.
I'm just kidding. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. Relax. Okay?
Well, no, not really. Not really. Not really. I'm mad at her for not texting me and saying. So she's gonna.
Oh, I want to show you all the pictures of Mackie and everything.
Oh
So,
yeah. That was great. Okay.
All right.
Will you have eaten, or do you want to?
Yeah, I would have already eaten, so don't worry about anything. I'm just spending the night, getting up early in the morning and leaving. I'm gonna stop and get Sonic breakfast, and I'm done. All right.
Yeah, you'll have to.
I will. I know you won't. You never do. Okay.
Dora's retired.
I know she is. I know she is. All right. All right. Bye bye. Yeah. So that's my other sister, Becky. A little festy, isn't she? I like her. So we are 265 miles from Kansas City. Lose a signal here, and I might have to pop off, guys. So I don't know how long. I only got 11 people watching, so it's not like I have a lot of people watching me. You know what I'm saying? It's not. There's not a lot of excitement of me driving a car and playing music. There's not a lot of entertainment in that. You know what I'm saying? I've got 11 people watching around a country of 320 million. I have 11 that are watching me. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not drawing a lot of people. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I got 12 now. You know, I got 11 thumbs up and 12 people watching. So we've got we got to cover a lot of ground here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? People, everybody understand? So, Lance, so, um, now we've got 10 people watching. So I just lost 2 people. And that's because our live stream is probably pathetic. I've only been on 83 minutes, 91 minutes. Let's see, here's what did somebody say here? Let's read this one here. Sometimes this is when Brian is the most interesting on the road with no distractions, so the thoughts just come out. If you really wanted to know the truth, that is so true. There are so many things going on in my brain. It's pathetic. Yes, sirree. I've driven this route so many times. It's amazing. Did you get your hands on a new Outer World El Camino slot car? No, I'm not going to drive all night. I'm going to stay at Becky's tonight. And then I'm going to finish my trip tomorrow. I'm going to get around 7-ish, and I should be home by about 8 tomorrow, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be home Wednesday night. That's my goal. That is my goal. Let's see. Let's play another one here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's pull up some other ones here. Plum.
out every time you've fallen down. When you're hurting, feeling shame. When you're numbing all your pain. When you've lost your way and feel so far away. You're not, you're beautifully broken. And you can be whole again. Even a million scars doesn't change who you are. You're worthy, beautifully broken. Every fear of being loved for who you are, no matter what. When you're stumbling with each step, and you're haunted by regret. When the darkness closes in, just listen. You're beautifully broken. You can be whole again. Scars doesn't change as you are. The stars is the God that made your heart, and He's holding you right now. He can heal the broken parts and make beauty from the scars. Scars, beautiful scars. You can be whole again. Even a million scars doesn't change who you are. You're beautifully broken. You can be whole again. Even a million scars doesn't change who you are.
You know, now I'll give you my comment. So I'm looking at the sky, okay, and I'm driving across America. A lot of people really, and I've made this mention before, people live in their own little community and they don't have a breadth of how big this world is and how big this country is, how immense it is. Just the size of this country is staggering, okay? And we only live in less than 20% of this country. Most of the people live in less than 20% of this country. I hope that sinks in. And what's really cool about Mexico City is they have these hills, and they literally have built houses right up all the way up on almost to the top of these hills. It's really amazing architecture. Anyway, all right, let's go to the next one here.
And you catch it right on your chain. Oh boy, it's magic. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me. I wear a frown and you fix it. Turn it around just like it's Christmas. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me. You are the beat in my heart, the light in the dark. You chase all of the monsters away. And I feel I can't catch my breath. You're the voice in my head that says you're gonna be okay. Impossible, so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me.
Hey, there is a town here that's got a pharmacy, and they say exit now to come to their pharmacy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit now and do a live stream going to their pharmacy. Okay, we're going to put them on the map. I've only got 8 people watching, so let's see if we can do this. Okay, so I'm going to exit here. All right, and I'm going to go to this pharmacy and see where this pharmacy is and get a soda from the pharmacy because it's supposed to be an old pharmacy. So let's go downtown to this little town here. It's really off of nowhere, okay? Um, business district. Okay, so here's the business district. Welcome to Quinter, Kansas. Now, where is this little pharmacy? So this probably has been here for 100 years. And this little town here has been here for 100 years. So here's the little downtown. Now, where are we going? Oh, here it is. So it's not a big downtown. I don't know if I can turn the camera around. It's got a big downtown. So this is the downtown. Let me see if I can get this camera set right. Hold on a second. Give me a minute here to get this camera set up right. Problem is when I set this camera up, I got it setting wrong. Let's see here. Way out west. Way out west. They're not open. Quinter. Kitchen. Rob's. Huh. Where is the the store? Family Market. Hey, excuse me. Oh, shoot. Well, maybe it's too late. Post office is closed. 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 Huh. Well, maybe they're not open. Oh, wait a minute. It's a pharmacy. Ray's Pharmacy. That's it. Oh, they're open. Maybe this is it. No pets allowed. I wonder if I'm allowed in there. Huh? You think I'm allowed in there? It says no pets allowed. All right, so let's see if we can. Let's see if this is where the little pharmacy is. Okay. It is. This is it. This is the pharmacy. Look at this. Look at this pharmacy. This is. Oh my goodness! Check this out. That's original. That's original artwork. Holy cow! Oh, I want to get a milkshake. Let's get a milkshake here at this Ray's Pharmacy. Check this out. Look at Rudy Dinkle, December 2009, purchase. Check out that cash register. I want him to use that cash register. Holy cow. They got drinks and everything here, too. Hey, is this the Rays that's on the interstate that says come in? Oh, this is, I'm doing a live stream. You don't mind if I talk to my people on a live stream? Is this, is this an original? Is that from the original building? Kay would know about it. Can I get a milkshake here? Oh, this is gonna be you guys. I'm gonna get a milkshake. Oh, it's so exciting! Check out this place. Look at this. Look, look at that artwork. Oh, this is nostalgia come back. We're gonna get a we're gonna get a chocolate milkshake. Okay. Oh, and I get to sign in. Pro Tinker Toys. We'll sign in Pro Tinker Toys. What is today? Yeah, chocolate milkshake. She's gonna make. Can I show them how you do it? Look at this. She's doing this the old-fashioned way. She's gonna put it in a cup. Oh, isn't that awesome? I had to come in. I saw it on the interstate, and I do live streams a lot for our toy store. And I thought I'd do something different and show the guys. Um, can you give me a little bit of history about this? We don't know that much about it. We've got it on eBay in California. This right here? You're kidding. That's awesome. Check out that woodwork. Oh, that's a long gone artwork. Check that out. Well, I hope I bring in another million people for you. Do you really? Well, this is awesome. Okay, so what's today? What's today, guys? Today is the 21st, 3/21/23. Brian Young with ProTinkerToys.com visiting on the way home, Ohio. I was in Vegas at a couple shows. Then my son moved to Mexico and married a Mexican, and so they had a child. And so I was down there for 2 weeks visiting them in Culipa, Mexico. Oh, look at this! Look at that chocolate in there. Look at what she's doing. Oh, that's just sinful. Oh my goodness! Holy cow! Look at that chocolate. Oh, oh my goodness! I'm going to get fat. Look at that, guys. Now she's gonna. Oh, now what she? Oh, she's putting the milk in. Oh my goodness! Holy moly! Now what? Oh, they're gonna put it in this thing over here. Holy cow! Oh my goodness, people! This is gonna go viral. Malt. Oh, malt. Oh my goodness, malt powder, and then she's gonna stick it into the blender, and it's gonna go blendy blendy. Oh my goodness! Holy cow! Oh my goodness, this is so exciting, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I almost missed this place. I went all the way down that way, and then I came back. I said, "Well, here it is." I was looking for an older building, I guess. It was. This was an old movie theater. Interesting. That is so awesome. And you could put it in a paper cup because I'll eat some of it here, but then some of it I'll take on my way to Kansas. I'm visiting my sister that lives in Kansas. I mean, Kansas City. That was good. She caught me, guys. Kansas City. Now, where are the burgers? Do you have burgers and fries yet? Oh, darn it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, really? Not enough for the burgers and fries? Not like a wall drug? What? Right. But they're the whole block, basically. You could become the wall drug of Kansas. That's what we need to do. We need to create you guys as the wall drug. Everybody needs to stop and get a milkshake here. And then they're going to, hey, do you have a burger? And now you can start selling millions of burgers, too. So who are the owners then? Tebow? Interesting. Really? Same Tim Tebow? They're related to him? Oh, down the line. I see. Okay, cool. Well, see, that's what all these towns, all the small towns, all had a drugstore and everything. Every. Well, the little town I live in called Wayne, Ohio, we had a pharmacy back until about 1970. I think it closed down. But every small town had a drugstore, pharmacy, basically. It's awesome. Isn't that cool, guys? Isn't that neat history? So we're in a little town called, what's it called? Winter? Oh, Quinter, Kansas. Quinter, Kansas. And you were born here, right? She's born here, Quinter. She's what, about only 45. She's got to be 45, at least 45, right? At least. I mean, it can't be older, right? At what? Holding? 5 and holding. That's right. She's 45 and holding. And she went to high school here. She probably married her high school sweetheart. And yep, and she just stayed here. Why go anywhere else? And she probably had about 8 or 9 kids, like everybody else in Quinter, just had kids. No. Oh, yes. Cool Whip and Cherry. Holy cow. This is an exciting experience. We got to live this up. Oh, she's going to put, oh, look at this. She's going to put the whipped cream on it. Holy moly. Oh, and look at the cherry. Oh, my gosh. And I only have 6 people watching. Unbelievable. Normally I have about 100. I don't know why. Well, sometimes we'll get about 2 or 3,000 views on them. We have a lot of people. Look at what she's doing to this. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at that. Oh, holy moly. Oh my goodness. I got a straw and a spoon. Now I'm going to get after this. Thank you so much. In Quinter, Kansas. Now let's see. Oh my goodness. This is sinful. Mm.
Do the Tinker Toy thing?
We have a website called, oh, and I don't have a card with me. It's in my van. We have a website called ProTinkerToys.com, and we sell tons of toys online. And I bought a local bank in Wayne. It was a Huntington Bank. And I bought that, and I turned it into a toy store. My son does the website, and I do the in the store. And then I do trade shows in Vegas, and I just did one. A couple of my son came up from Mexico, and he helped me do that one. Then I went down and spent 2 weeks in Colipe, Mexico, visiting his wife, Jesse, and my new grandson called Mackie. And they live kind of like northwest of Veracruz in a little town called Colipe. And I'm telling you, the food in Mexico, oh my goodness. Oh, and I told her because she didn't think I was going to come down. And she goes, he's not going to like the food down there. Because I'm an old Kansas, basic food, corn and beans, mashed potatoes and gravy and that. Yes, exactly. I said, no, I'm going to eat everything that I've never eaten before. And so I've eaten pig feet and everything you could think of. Oh, and their tacos. And if you go to a local taco, this is nothing how Mexicans do it. Oh my God. And every little house in Colipa has um, a little restaurant. They open it up at night, and they just make these tortillas, and they put meat and shredded cheese and shredded lettuce, and that's all they do. Every night, you got all these people out just walk around and eating. Oh my goodness, it was probably the most eye-opening experience that I've ever.
And Mexican food is healthy, basically. It's not, I mean, it's vegetables.
It's all fruit. There is so much food down there. I could not believe the amount of fruit. I mean, they just got like Daniel his neighbor next door. He's got a palm tree right there, and he knocked off a palm tree for me. I never ate coconut milk, which but I didn't. I ate a whole coconut full of coconut milk. He knocked it down, he put a hole in it, and I sipped it right out of the coconut. It's his right there. It's broke, and he's got avocado trees right next door. He's got banana. Daniel has 4 banana trees right behind his house.
Wow.
It was amazing. You know, peaceful border. You violate their laws, you're going to pay for it. But if you go down there and obey the laws like we're supposed to,
You're supposed to do everywhere.
exactly, you're not going to have any problems. And it was awesome. I got to see my grandson, little Mackie, and I'm on my way home. I've been gone a while, 3 weeks, and so I was at my sister's last night, and she lives in Grand Junction. Spent the night at her house, and then I'm going to Becky's that lives in Kansas, Lawrence, or somewhere in Kansas City on the Kansas side. And then I'm heading back home on tomorrow. So, but I hit on 75 a lot. I've driven 70. I've been all over the country because with the companies I work for, I've driven to stores all over the place. And normally I don't stop, but I said to these guys, I'm doing this live stream. I said, let's stop and see what this is all about. This will be cool. This will be a great video later on. So what's the name of this place again? Quinter?
Kansas.
But what's this store?
Ray's, R-A-Y-S Pharmacy.
Ray's Pharmacy in Quinter, Kansas, off of 70. I mean, right almost in the middle of Kansas, would you say?
We're halfway between Kansas City and Denver.
Okay, so we're halfway. That's what I thought.
We're closer. We're more western Kansas.
Oh, you are? Now,
out in the middle of nowhere.
What'd your husband do? Was he a farmer? I figured that. What did he farm?
Oh, wheat, corn.
Everything.
Tomato, feed.
So you never had any kids?
Yeah, we have 3.
Three. They only had 3.
Yeah, we didn't have 8 or 9.
Well, I had 10.
Oh, you did? Really?
Well, I had 6. We lost 2, and then we adopted 4 about 7 years ago.
Really?
The greatest thing in my life was adopting 4 children.
How old were they?
They were, David was 2 weeks old, had a heart murmur, nobody wanted him. He was a family. And then the other 3, Frankie, Missy, and Mark. Probably the single greatest thing Kathy and I did in our life was adopt those 4 children. Literally single greatest thing God blessed us with. Oh, I mean, it was amazing.
Blessing for them, too.
Oh,
They went.
no, they would have been in trouble. David is he's my new sweetie.
How old are they now?
David is 8 now. Mark is 15. He's got a sweetheart and gonna graduate next year. I just can't believe how fast time has flown. It's really quite amazing. Well, that is absolutely awesome. I'm going to need to get on the road because I got to get to my sister. Oh, you're going to fill that up? Oh, good. She's going to fill it up. So now I'm going to have a milkshake all the way home, guys, to my sister's. And
If you're miserable, I don't want to hear about it.
miserable? How could you be miserable eating that?
Eating too much.
Oh, no, I haven't eaten all day. Now, it looks like these are, what kind of sugar cookie is that?
Well, there's a sugar cookie and a chocolate chip.
Yeah, you know what? Give me 2 of those sugar cookies. I shouldn't have them, but I might as well get one. Please.
Okay. And then you'll check out down there.
I'll check out down here. Okay, so this was an experience, guys. So we're going to take this down into annal of history that we had a milkshake in an old-fashioned milkshake place like they did 50 to 100 years ago. And so make sure if you're headed west or east on 70, you stop at Ray's Pharmacy because this is an experience of your lifetime. You don't want to ever forget it. How we doing? I'm getting that and 2 of those delicious cookies. You know what? Let me have a water too. Please. Birch beer, black cherry soda. Oh my goodness. Oh, I shouldn't do that. But hey, we're gonna get one of these guys. Might as well go all out on the way home. This is pretty awesome. Your advertising paid off.
1206, please.
1206. Well, I guess I can do this. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Okay, guys. Now we'll get the cookies. Oh, she's got the cookies for me?
I'll put them in a little bag.
Here, just put them in this one here. Thank you so much. What a blessing. Hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
You too?
And we'll see you later, okay? Okay, guys, so we're, what a treat, huh? I found it. Okay, so we need to make this place a destination for everybody. Needs to come here and get a milkshake. Whenever you're coming across America and you're stopping, or you're coming across 70, need to stop into Ray's Pharmacy. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of this, okay? Let me put my milkshake down, all right? Okay, so here's Ray's Pharmacy. All right, so you need to stop at Ray's Pharmacy and you need to get a milkshake, okay? And we gotta make Quinter basically the destination of everybody coming through we got to make this a destination for everybody. And here's what I've done to my van. I've got myself a nice little footstool. I clean off everything now when I get in the car because I want to keep this clean. Uh-oh, low battery. Got to plug in. All righty, put that over here. All right, move up into my seat. All righty. Now, let me get this camera. I gotta move this. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, that was an experience. Now, it put us back about an hour, but you know, I'm gonna get it at my sister's any time, so. All right, now. All right, so Jesse wants to know where I'm basically in the middle of Kansas. I'm in the middle of Kansas, which is halfway from Denver to Kansas City. Halfway. I'm right in the middle. Right in the middle. All right, so that was an experience. Now you can tell all your friends and neighbors that I stayed at I went to Ray's Pharmacy. Everybody needs to come to Ray's Pharmacy and go to Quinter's Ray's Pharmacy and get a milkshake. And then the more people come in there, then they'll buy milkshakes, they'll buy hamburgers maybe and fries, and sooner or later they own the whole downtown. 306. I might as well fill up because then I haven't had it this cheap anywhere. So I'm gonna fill up now because then I don't have to get gas until I get home. All right, so give me a second here. Okay, so that was the cheapest gas that I've paid since I've been on my trip. $3.06. $3.06. Spray my car down. Every time I get out of the driver's seat, I spray down my driving area to make sure it's all nice and clean. And I got this new mat to keep my plastic cleaned. Try to keep my car nice and clean, my van. You know what I'm saying? Now, I gotta change something here. Text message, let's see. Becky, let's see her address. I'm 5 hours from Becky. Oh my gosh. What time is it? Holy cow, 5 hours, 10 o'clock. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so technically I don't have to stop until I get to my sister's.
You're beautifully broken. You can be whole again.
Turn left onto Castle Rock Road, go 72, then turn right onto the ramp to I-70 East. Turn right onto the ramp to I-70 East, then merge onto I-70 East.
Beautifully
300 miles, okay? 10 p.m. I'll be getting there. She doesn't go to bed till 11, 12 anyway. All righty. So I'm back on the road. I got my sisters into the computer. And we're listening to Plum.
Right on your tree. Oh boy, it's magic. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me. I wear a frown and you fix it. Turn it around just like it's Christmas. You make impossible so possible for me.
Oh my gosh.
You make impossible so possible for me. You are the beat in my heart, the light in the dark. You chase all of the monsters away. And when I can't catch my breath, you're the voice in my head that says you're gonna be okay. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me. You always get me out of the mud, figuratively. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me. You are the beat in my heart, the light in the dark. You chase all of the monsters away. And when I can't catch my breath, you're the voice in my head that says you're gonna be okay. You make impossible so possible for me. You make impossible so possible for me.
Okay, so how many of you want me to go into a pontification or a rant? How many of you want me to go into a rant? Rant. Okay, so that's one person out of 10. Thumbs up. Cliff Burton wants me to go on a rant. Let's see if we get anybody else. First time I watched you trying to play a bit of guitar and Brian puts on tunes. Ran away. Well, the rant that I have is really about how America is, we're losing in a lot of aspects, you know. I just spent 2 weeks in Mexico, which was probably absolutely the most amazing time that I've ever done in my life. Okay. We have that country completely wrong. America, politicians, our media, our press. Mexicans want to do just the same thing that we do. They want to get ahead. They want to at least provide a nice house for their family and provide for their children. So in a lot of aspects, they're no different than we are. Daniel says, well, Zephyrin and some of these guys, they spend their prime years coming to America and missing out their kids. Heck, that's what half Americans do. Is guys will go into the military and spend 20 years in the military and not being around their families the whole time. They're trying to provide for their families. That's what guys are supposed to do. Men are supposed to raise or be the men are supposed to be the breadwinners, period. Women are supposed to nurture the children and bring the children up in the ways of the Lord. Really, I mean, I don't know how more basic I can get. Okay? And so Zephyrin came up here in 1989. No, 1999. A coyote, he had to get a coyote about $2,000 to get him into America. He's been in America for 20 years. He's been in this country for 20 years, working, not paying any Social Security. See, this is the problem that I have, is that all these immigrants, see, they're not paying Social Security. They're not paying into the system. And so they're not benefiting. Well, actually, they are paying into the system, but they're not benefiting from it. They're sending all their money back to Mexico. So when they retire, they go back there and live comfortably. And that's what Zephyr's doing. He's living comfortably in Mexico. He built a beautiful house down there. He has one American daughter that he had here in America. So she's an American citizen. It's really kind of funny. It doesn't make any sense. You know, and so for this long time, I've been on the bandwagon. Well, they're illegal aliens, you know. Now, a lot of these might be from Venezuela, Cuba. You know, they're from everywhere. They're not just from Mexico. Mexicans want to work in America. They want to work. They send the money back so that when they're done at 20 years, they go back there and live not comfortably. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It's what we did with the Filipinos back in the 1970s. Something doesn't add up. Yeah, tax-free basically. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense. It really doesn't. I would rather give do you know how many Mexicans that I met down there that wanted me to do something to get them a visa to come in here and work? It's staggering. I could go back to Kalipa and I could set up a stand. How many want to go to America and work? And I would have a line of probably 75 people. Maybe the whole town want to come into America and work. Now, do they want to stay in America? No. Now, there are some, like Ephraim's daughter, she wants to go to America. But a lot of them want to stay. They want to come back to America or come back to Mexico. But a lot of them can't. Like Zephyr's got 3 boys. 1 is American and 2 are not. And they can't come to America because they have no visa. Okay, so that's what is really, doesn't make any sense. They don't have a visa. They're not allowed to be here, but they are here and they're working. Okay. Now, are they taking unemployment? No, they're working. They're productive Americans. That's what I'm calling them. Now, you might have a different name for them, but they're basically working. They're helping to build $1 million homes for Americans, for rich, for the wealthy. That's what Daniel did. He built homes for millionaires. And he worked with Zephyr. That's the way it is. I don't know what else to tell you. But something's all messed up. Everybody needs to call their congressman and tell them that something doesn't add up with all that there needs to be more visas allowed. Because why can a Canadian come down here? See, that's what I don't understand. Why can Canadians come down here? Yeah, it's a half a gallon milkshake. You better believe it, baby. This is a half a gallon milkshake. Look at that. Why can Canadians get a visa to come in America really easy, but Mexicans can't? Well, let me put it this way. Mexicans are very hard workers. Just like there are some lazy Americans, there's lazy everybody. But they know how to build things. Mexicans know how to build concrete buildings. I'm telling you that right now. They know how to build them, baby. Because every building in Mexico is made out of reinforced concrete. Just so you know. Reinforced concrete. Now, the only problem with reinforced concrete buildings is that if you have an earthquake, you know, a lot of these buildings, hopefully they're going to, we are cute, that they hold up, basically. Now, I have no idea what that means. Oh, we're cute. Oh, Canadians are cute. Oh, I see. That's why you can get into America? Well, no, Canadians come down here for health care. When I worked for Irwin Toy, Irwin's father, or Grant Irwin's father, had to come to America to get, I don't know if he got liver surgery. I don't know. He had some surgery that he had to get done here in America. The Canadian healthcare system, even though it's national healthcare, none of that is ever good because it's always rationed. Only so many people can get it. Yeah, so those are the facts. Now, people can say, well, no, they have a great health care system. A lot of Americans come to America, a lot of Canadians come to America for health care, for medical. Down in Florida, a lot of them. A lot of them live in Florida, too. A lot of Canadians. A lot of Canadians live in Florida. Their retirement is in Florida. So why can't Mexicans do that? That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm bothering my congressman on lately. Why can't we get these Mexicans in America to work? Look at that. I should have waited 20 miles. Gas is $2.89 here. Adam, I can't wait to the Richfield show. Yeah, that's going to be a good show, Adam. We're gonna have a drag strip, the 4-lane layout. We're gonna have a lot of tables. It's gonna be a good show on Saturday. Then Sunday we have to switch out to the hallways, I guess, because something's going on in the showroom where we were last year. We need to get Jesse up here. No, I don't want you staying with us, Adam. No, I'm sorry. I fart a lot in my hotel room. So if you stay with me, you have to deal with my farting. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun at that show. Zach's not gonna. I want Mark and Dakota to come. Yeah, so I stopped at Ray's Pharmacy about 20 miles west and had a milkshake. So if you're ever on 70 going west to Denver, stop at Ray's Pharmacy in Quinter, Kansas. RequestDiagnostics.com. Speed GPS monitor. QuestDiagnostic.com. Quest Diagnostic. Whatever that is. See what one of these cookies, because I think these are Amish cookies. Biting my lip. Well, guys, I think I've done enough live streaming today. I want to have some quiet time. I think Daniel's going to be calling me here pretty soon. So I'm going to shut down the live stream right now. I might do some shorts over the next 100 miles. But I appreciate you watching. I hope it was enjoying. I hope it was enjoying. And oh man, I just bit my lip. And I will do a couple live streams tomorrow. I'm going to start on the. I want to try to get on the road by 8 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock Ohio time. I can't. I mean, I could get on it. I'd have to get up at 7 to leave by 8. I have to be up 6. It all depends on how much I get off. But I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow around noon. Because I'll be then between Kansas and St. Louis. And that's the best internet is St. Louis till about halfway through Illinois. There's a little bit of dead spot in Indiana, but Indiana all the way to Ohio is good internet. So I'll do a couple live streams tomorrow, like a 2-hour, 3-hour live stream, okay? So I'm going to sign off now. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you give us thumbs up. Everybody gave us thumbs up, and that's appreciative. And we'll see you tomorrow, okay? Is that good enough for you guys? Can everybody say, yeah, Brian, that's great? Come on, yeah, Brian, that's great. Yeah, Brian, that's great. Adam Fry's saying, no, keep going live till you get there. Later. See you guys.